It's Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.
Hello, everyone. You're listening to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, Tessa Davis. I'm filling in for Shan Stout today, and I'm here with my guest co-host, Izzy Davis. And we are here to talk with Johnny Blaze with UC Makery and Imagine Foundry. Johnny, thank you so much for being here with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well, we really appreciate it, and I'm looking so forward to learning more about what it is you do. And for our listeners that don't know anything about UC Makery and Imagine Foundry, explain to us how it got started and what exactly it is that you have to offer.
So UC Makerspace is the adult side, and Imagine Foundry is the kids side. UC Makerspace, we're going to have the full-fledged makerspace where you have your CNC machines, your lasers, your table saws, your routers, all of the manufacturing side stuff. Then we'll have the kitchen side, which is the co-working kitchen. So if you have a food truck or you have a business idea that you want to try with food, you can come in, use our space, experiment without having to buy all it basically eliminates the cost of entry point to get entrepreneurship started. So that's the makerspace side of things. The Imagine Foundry side is our children's museum side. We've been open over on South Willow for about 4 years now, and we've seen a bunch of kids within the Upper Cumberland come through our doors, and when they leave us, it's a completely different kid, and we love doing that. And we're just looking to expand that programming to a bigger location and a bigger facility to be able to offer a more well-rounded program. So.
Yeah, and I saw recently that y'all had discovered, kind of explored the option of having the Cookeville Mall as your location, and that didn't exactly work out, but understand that you're looking at some new prospects.
Yep.
What exactly is it that you're looking for a space?
So we basically, to make it function effectively, we're going to need 20,000 square feet. And that's a significant size building.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the availability of that size of a building in Cookeville or in Putnam County in general, the options are fairly limited. But we're working with a great real estate agent, and he's working to get us. We went and looked at a property this morning that we're really, really excited about, and I can't say anything yet, but I'm really hoping that that's the one that goes through because it would be a spectacular location for what we're building.
Well, I hope it works out. I
It
can't
will.
wait to hear more about it. But what you're doing is so great. Just recently I went to North Carolina, and they have a huge program in all of their cities for arts and crafts and classes and things like that. And and we have that here.
Yeah.
But some people just don't have the space for it.
Well, and that's the thing is this area, the Upper Cumberland in general, is just such a creative area and a creative community that is full of talent and it is full of amazing ideas and entrepreneurship and goodwill towards everybody. And with access to the tools and the resources that folks need and a lot of times can't, because let's face it, we are an economically challenged area when it comes to look at income. And a lot of folks don't have the option to go spend $500 on a piece of equipment.
Yeah.
So if they could come to our space and use that piece of equipment to get that next step as that median ground, you're a baker at home and you're making bread and everybody tells you how amazing it is and you should sell it. Well, that's great, but how are you going to do that legally? You have to get a kitchen that's legally allowed to be sold and all of that. So that's where we step in. And they come to our space and they're able to use our resources that we have in place and get that next step going. And then when they're ready to start their business, we want this to be an ecosystem. So when they're done with us, they come to us as kids and get that creative juice flowing, and they get that thirst for knowledge to happen. And then they move to the makerspace next or the kitchen next, and they get their ideas fleshed out, and then they go, well, I want to start a business. At that point, we can send them over to Jeff and Tiffany over at the Biz Foundry or at Cumberland Business Incubator and just move them from step to step to step and keep them here. Because that's the last thing we want is all these kids that are graduating tech that come out of tech with amazing ideas and these hardcore drives to do something amazing. We need a reason to keep them here.
Oh, yeah.
And they, don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled we're getting a Target. I'm thrilled we're getting a Home Depot. But what keeps people here is these small businesses, is the local maker business. You go on Market Square and you can find things that you can't find anywhere else in the country here.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no reason we shouldn't be making sure that the folks in this area have the access to the tools that will keep them here and will keep raising the status of the Upper Cumberland. Because I've been all over the country and all over the world. The Upper Cumberland is different than everywhere else. No matter how big we get here, it's still small town
That's
Tennessee.
so kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
it's,
along with that, like, what kind of like support do you offer to like the small businesses that are kind of coming in, and like local artists? Like, how do you support them?
so when you talk about supporting from a business standpoint and from a maker standpoint, just giving them access to the tools that are literally out of the range. A good 3D printer that can do a large format is $10,000.
Awesome. Oh my
A
gosh.
good laser cutter that can do a nice big sheet of plywood
Yeah.
is $15,000, $20,000, $25,000.
Wow.
These are massive cost of entry points to get somebody. Nobody's going to have that in their garage unless they really want to get into this, and that's a commitment. Whereas with us, you don't have to commit. You can come in and go, okay, well, I don't like the laser thing. I'd rather just do carving. And or I want to go work in the kitchen, or I just want to play with my kids at the Children's Museum. There's no regret when you come to the makerspace. You can come to the makerspace and do whatever you want and try things out and see what you like best without that, oh, well, now I got to go put this up on Facebook Marketplace and let's see if we can sell it for and not come out underwater. So it's giving you the resources and the access to those resources is how we support every artist. And we have plans for classes, and we have plans for workshops and all sorts of other integral programming that works through all three different ones.
Yeah.
So we're still fleshing all the programming out because we don't have the place yet. But yeah, the children's, we start everything with the kids, and from there they step up to from a kids class where they're making something that's already pre-built to going up to an intermediate class where they're working with hand tools and woodworking tools that are hand saws and whatnot. And then they step up to the next class that they're working on a table saw and routers and lathes.
That's awesome.
And then you start teaching them CNC, and it goes from creativity to career is kind of how we look at it. Because we start them as kids with their creativity, and as long as we keep them around and keep pushing them forward, they end up with a career after they get done with us.
Starting them so young is so important. Like at that age, like they are soaking up everything that they possibly can, and just going through a career like that's awesome. Like I love that.
Well, and over for the last few years, and I say few years, probably the last couple of decades, showing my age now, but you'll see that we have stepped away from the trades. We have stepped away from, when I was in school, they were pushing college prep. You're not going to be anything if you don't have a college degree. And I know welders. I have buddies that are welders now that are making more money in a year than I made in 10 years when I was working what I was going for college for. So that is also one of the big things that we emphasize is the fact that the hands-on learning is going to provide more of a resource for you than just textbook learning. You're going to remember what you did. You're going to remember that I built this thing and wood shop, and those are the people that have that impact on you, and we want those people in our facility to be members of the community. So we don't want to hire educators from outside the area. We want people who work in their garage every day making amazing birdhouses to come in and do a workshop so other kids can learn how to make birdhouses. And it just keeps going from there. And we want people that are coming to us not only to learn, but also people that want to come to us to educate. So that spoken word, that transfer of knowledge, it's all online now, and it's hard to really quantify that in a tangible form now. But when we talk to each other, you get your brain works differently. So that verbal transfer of knowledge, that in-person transfer of knowledge is very important. And I'm not discounting tech by any means. We are very tech forward people. We have an AI wing planned because it's all about knowing how to use those tools. But losing the things that make us who we are is where we're kind of headed, and the makerspace brings that back. And you're doing everything hands-on, and that's what the Imagine Foundry does. It's a discovery center, and it's a hands-on maker museum. So when the kids come to us now, they're doing activities. They're making things out of popsicle sticks. They're building circuits. They're building little robots. Actually, when I left today, they were working on a project, and there was little cereal boxes with battery packs on top of them and wheels, and I'm like, the kids amaze me. They really do.
They're awesome.
They can make things that I was like, wow. At my age, I was like outside throwing footballs back and forth. You guys are doing like engineering.
Oh yeah, we were thrown outside with the door shut and told not to come back till dinner time.
Yep.
So we were playing with what we could manage to make
Flashlight
out there.
tag, foraging in the woods for berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had some of the things that are offered now when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I've
Seriously.
just recently learned that I love to make things. I just recently took a basket making class.
Oh, nice.
You know, and I've read about basket making, you know, and I thought,
Right.
okay, you know, that should be pretty easy. It is not. I learned it is such an art. It is very difficult. And just the fact that this is what some people do for a living is they make baskets all day, and which I know it's easy for them because they do it over and over, but it took a lot of thinking for me to do it. It was very challenging. So I
that's why
really
you thought it
respect
was
our
easy.
makers.
Right.
You thought it was easy because the person that
They
did
make
it was
it look
like,
it easy.
Because they've
There's
done
a
it
basket.
long time.
There's a basket.
and you're like, that's a stick. It's a round stick, but it's a stick.
That's exactly what mine looks like.
Yeah.
Where did you see my basket?
Easter's gonna be disappointing this year, guys, but it's okay. We did it ourselves. It's from the heart.
It's from the heart.
But so much respect, and I really do agree that we need to start them off young.
Yes.
So I love that you have the Imagine Foundry. So I'm a mother. I have little kids ranging from 16 to 4. So at what age can kids start to come and to work and to learn there?
We work with kids as long as they're potty trained, and we work with kids that aren't. We don't have a problem with that, but it's easier for the space if there's not, a diaper and all that. But we doesn't matter. Bring your kids. We've got a room just for littles, for tiny littles. It's all full of soft stuff. I love that room, but it's all full of soft stuff. So if you ever need a rage day and you're just like, I just want to go curl up, perfect room for it. But
Sounds
He's in there
amazing.
quite a lot.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Everything is so soft. But so we work with kids no matter what their age. And once the maker space and the kitchen are open, we'll just be able to transition them from the teenage area to, the next step. And we have a volunteer program, so anyone 14 or older can come volunteer with us so they can get a little bit of work
Well, maybe
experience.
just have to do that sometime.
Yep.
Sounds like the soft room is a great place to be.
Yeah, just bring the kids, have them volunteer, and then
Yeah.
you just go to the soft
And then
room.
I
Yeah,
go
I'll
to
just go to the
soft room.
soft room.
Well, I'm so excited to learn more, but now it's time to go into the break. So come back with us here at Today in Putnam County. We'll be back right after the break.
We're back with Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.
You're listening to Today in Putnam County, and if you're just joining us, we are here with Johnny Blaze with UC Makery and Imagine Foundry. So Johnny, I wanted to hear a little bit more about your background, how you got started and inspired to open UC Makery and Imagine Foundry.
So UC Makerspace was born out of a couple of things. One, I had started a different company that was also a makerspace for nomads. We live in a 40-foot tour bus that we converted into a tiny house. And we had actually started the makerspace project back in 2019 before things happened. And then 2020 happened, and I forget why, but co-working wasn't a good idea from like 2020 to like 2023.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah, something happened during that time. But so we basically shelved it, and I started the nomad side of it because a lot of people had gone that route. And so that's kind of how I stepped to that. But after that, I was talking to some people, and I found out that there was a lot of talk about somebody looking for somebody to spearhead a community kitchen, co-working kitchen kind of project. Because again, we have so much talent in the culinary world in this area. Go to a farmer's market and you'll see it. So the city or somebody was looking for somebody to spearhead that project. And I was like, well, we've already started that. We've already done a lot of the legwork on that. Let's just dust that book back off and kick it back into full gear. And that's what we did at the beginning of 2025. And since then, it's been just full bore. Wow. We've been going like crazy. We did a gala in December, which was great. And Mayor Porter actually spoke at the gala. And he did a fantastic job. Wayne Neighbors spoke at the gala. But it was a really good event, and it showed that the community was really behind us. And that's all we've gotten from everybody we've talked to about this. everybody wants to be a part of this. Everybody wants to see this happen.
Absolutely.
Because I've been in the area for 25 years. My wife went to high school in this area. She came up to Ohio and found me and dragged me back down kicking and screaming because I didn't want to leave Ohio. But I got here and I fell in love with the Upper Cumberland. And we've been in and out for 25 years. A decade plus ago, we bought property up in
does that to
Spencer,
people.
and
We have that effect.
I'm gonna die here.
Yeah.
So we started it back then, and we decided that what we've seen over that time that we've been here, if you ask somebody what this area needs, it's always something for kids, something for entertainment. And that's kind of how it started, is what can be more entertaining than doing something really cool with your hands? And at the same time, you might actually get a business out of it, or you might find out you're really, really good at something that you would have never thought about even trying before. So that gives entertainment, that's economic development, that's tourism. And we are currently there's a makerspace in Nashville, there's a makerspace in Chattanooga. There's children's museums in both of those places too. So everybody from here that wants to go there, or that wants to go to a children's museum, is taking their dollars elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And those tax dollars should stay here.
I mean, we couldn't agree more. We're in tourism, so
Yeah,
we
right,
really want
right.
Seriously.
people to stay here, spend their dollars here. And I mean, as a mother, I don't want to take my kids all the way to Nashville or Chattanooga for something like that. If we
Sit in
have
that
everything
traffic.
that I would need here, so definitely
It just
agree on
started
that.
going through my head, like I got to pack up 4 kids,
Yeah,
load them into
it's
the
a
car.
lot. It's a lot of work.
One of them's going to puke on the way, so we're going to have to stop on the side of a freeway with a trash
Tantrum.
bag.
Several bathroom stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can
feel
feel
the
my
pain.
parents like shaking in their boots right now. Like, I have 6 siblings, so yeah. those are
Everybody
a lot
out
of-
there that's got kids is like,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you have little ones and you need something to do but don't want to travel to Nashville or Chattanooga, I mean, we have everything that you would need here.
Yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
exactly.
And we want to start them young, get the creative juices going.
Yep. So bring them out to the
Yes.
Foundry. We'll start them there, and then once we get the makerspace open, I'll put a table saw in their hands. Not like when they're 4. We'll wait till they're like 7 or 8.
Baby steps. We'll start
Yeah.
slowly and work them up
Yeah,
to it.
exactly.
So how can people like support you in this?
So we have a website, ucmakerspace.org, also imaginefoundry.org. You can find out all the information about what we're doing, what our plans are. It's kind of got an overview of what we have planned for the 2 new spaces. Imagine Foundry has a list of all their programs. We do summer break day camps. We do spring day camps. So if you're a working parent that's typically used to get the kids going to school, we run the same hours as school, and we're there a little bit longer. So if during breaks you need a place to bring the kids, we can take care of that. And that we plan to continue that as we move to the new location. So they'll just have more options to keep entertained.
Well, I know a
So-
lot of parents that are listening right now are, oh, yeah, there's something that my kids can do during the spring and summer.
Absolutely.
So, no, I struggle as a working parent finding things for my kids to do in the summer because they can't stay at home all day or else
Yep.
they drive each other mad.
Well, and especially things that are engaging. Because
Exactly.
that's a lot of there's a lot of programs that you see that are basically just a placeholder spot. Like, okay, I can drop my kid here, I can go do my errands, and everything will be fine. It's essentially daycare. We want every time the kids come in to us, they're going to walk away feeling either they're walking away with something that they made, or they're walking away with a new skill or something that they've learned. So even if they think that all I did all day was have a great time, mom and dad are going, they did math. They did science. And they don't even know they did it. It's like those chicken nuggets that they
magic
put
trick.
vegetables in. Same thing.
Yeah.
But we do it with education. So
What's like your favorite activity? Like favorite thing to go to? Like the kids love it.
see, my favorite activities are stuff that the kids don't have any. I'm using table saws and stuff, and
Right.
The kids, anything dealing with programming or code, that's my bread and butter.
Okay.
So I love seeing kids get involved with coding, or we have everything. We have a little robot that you can help program, and
that's
it'll do
awesome.
specific
neat.
like
That's so cool.
patterns, and you can put cards down. It has a little camera. It'll read them.
Wow.
So there's,
cool.
and it's essentially a basic introduction to coding. So you're telling it you're giving it if-then statements, and it's reading those things, but that all transitions into actual coding later on. So when you're taking these baby steps, you're not even realizing that you're learning the basis for future coding, and these kids can end up being PHP database developers or web designers and graphic designers. I mean, it's all, that's how I ended up being a graphic designer, was I fell in love with it because I was playing around with Photoshop one day. And that's what that hands-on learning does, is it gives you that, oh, I never thought to do that, but I'm really, really good at this. I can make this into a career. And you don't have to necessarily worry about a job. And that's what we try to give these kids and give the adults that work with us too, is a way to create passive income. Because if you want to succeed and you want to be an amazing and have a very comfortable life, passive income is the best way to do it. So if you can generate something where you're just sitting there doing what you absolutely adore, whether that be woodworking or design or sewing or baking, if you're doing something that you absolutely adore and you're able to then turn around and go, check this thing out I made, and somebody goes, I want to buy your thing. You're like, well, I'll sell you my thing, and you've just turned it into a career by just trying something out. So that's and I've seen that happen in my personal life. My kids do it, and I've seen other kids do it. And there's one of the kids at the Foundry that has already told me that when he turns 14, I have to hire him. Because, and he'll be great. Like I will take him to every sales and pitch meeting I do. He'll come to interviews with, like, he'll be sitting here with me because he is the best little hype man. And that's what I see, is these kids are amazing kids. And given the opportunities to be amazing, they just become even more amazing. And you're
flourish.
like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. And I never walk away from work with a bad feeling, because I go in there and it's just happiness all the time. Kids are just thrilled. You know, I walk in and it's like Cheers, but all from 3 feet tall. It's Johnny! I'm like, hey guys. And it just makes you feel amazing. And if you've ever wanted to feel amazing about yourself, we got ready for the gala at the Foundry, and there were kids there doing an overnight event. And I walked out in my tux, and my wife walked out in her nice formal dress, and they all looked at me and they were like, "Looking good, Johnny." And the one girl looked at my wife and went, "You look like a princess." Aww. And my wife was like, "Okay, my day is made."
You all are getting cookies.
So if we're ever having a hard day,
I was
and
about
we
to
need to
say,
feel better about ourselves,
we need to take a day trip.
Just show up there, and they will make you feel great. That's remote. We'll just do it. We'll set up a little remote.
Remote day, of course.
You can borrow my office.
Oh, perfect.
Well, what you're doing is so amazing.
Well, thank you.
And I mean, we want to support you in any way we can from the tourism side. But for any of our listeners that are thinking, you know, how can I support you and help? Because I know you do donations, you need kitchen equipment, you need other equipment. How did they need to go about getting in touch with you about working that out?
So you can call me. My phone number is on the website. That's actually, it'll go right to me. That's the Makerspace phone number, but it's routed to my number right now because I'm the guy that answers the phone.
You're the man.
I wear the hats. There's a lot of them, but I wear a lot of them. The website's a great way. It'll link to our crowdfunding campaign that is through Zephy, and the Zephy is a platform just like you would if you were going through another website. You pay through Stripe. Zephy is our payment processor and our platform. So I say that because a lot of people get freaked out because they haven't used Zephy in the past. So there's that. If you've got a mixer, a table saw, a spoon, an apron, call me. I'll find a place to put it until we get the new space open. If you've got a company in the area and your company wants to put a name on our table saw or on our oven, or big enough donation, I'll put your name on the building. But we have sponsorship levels for anybody from individual all the way up to big companies. We can work something out that fits into a budget, and we just no matter what, we are going to make this happen. We are bound and determined. It will be by July of this year. We will be in a new location operating our programming, and whether that's at the full capacity right away, that's yet to be seen, but we will be in some capacity fully open again by July. So we're open right now with the Foundry for the kids side of things. So if you've got kids, bring your kids. we'll have a good time, and they'll have a great time, and they'll tell you they want to come back. So.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to bring my kids and visit.
Yeah.
So you've heard, if you want to support, definitely go see them in their space now. And when you're doing your spring cleaning here soon, you have a mixer, you have something in the kitchen that you're upgrading or don't need anymore. Put it to good use and help this new space.
Absolutely.
But before we end, is there anything else that our viewers need to know that we haven't discussed that you would like to share or let everyone know?
No, we've covered a lot of stuff, and that tends to happen because I tend to talk a lot. But the thing is, I just want to thank the community. I genuinely, that's what comes across, and that's what I say every time I do an interview in any way, in any capacity. The support that we have seen from the Upper Cumberland, from the people in this area, is astronomically amazing. And we are humbled by it, and we are so grateful for it. I've made calls. People came to our gala and donated money. People have donated to the crowdfunding. And that every time a donation comes in, I am just truly humbled that somebody believes in an idea that me and a buddy of mine had sitting on my couch, that for our kids to make this area better for our kids and for the folks in it. And the fact that other people believe in that still, to me, is humbling. So I am grateful for everybody that is willing to donate. If you want to come out and teach a class, I'd love to have you. If you just want to come tell a story, I'd love to have you. So if anybody wants to be involved in any capacity, even in a capacity that I haven't thought of, I'm open to everything. So we want to do the best we can for our kids in this area as well as the adults in our area. So that's what Dr. Hirschner and I are working towards. So.
Well, I can't wait to see how everything works out and just to watch you continue to grow, and just any support that we can give, we're happy to do so and help promote in any way we can. But just so grateful that you came here today to share everything with us. You're amazing, and just so grateful for you. And the community is grateful for you.
Well, I appreciate that. And by the way, Shan's job's in trouble. You did fine.
You heard that, Shan.
See?
You heard it from Johnny, the man.
But Tessa, Izzy, thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you to our listeners for joining us today. And I hope that you join us next week for more here on Today in Putnam County. But until next time, enjoy the journey.
This has been Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.